Hello and welcome back. This is Tommy T with Elegant SMP. It's been a very long time since I made one of these videos. Again, please like this video. It'll help this channel a lot, and also to help me feed this cat a lot. We'll talk about the advantages of SMP over other treatments. And this, we can compare it to things that you gotta do, pills you gotta pop and stuff. And I want to make this video as quickly as possible, but also just really express from my point of view on why I feel like SMP is a great option for me, and I feel like it could be a great option for a lot of men out there that are already balding. I know what 5 and up, and you're okay with rocking your head short and tight, you're gonna love SMP. And for the majority of you, SMP is going to look great on you. Granted that you have the best hairline, the best finish, meaning if you wanted to go very dark at the hairline or if you want it faded, that's our specialty here at Elegant SMP, making sure that it looks natural on you. But I will say real quick before we get into it, I have caught a few people that have gotten SMP, and I've seen them in public. I don't know who they are. I don't know who did their head. As soon as I see them, of course, I'm not going to call them out on it. It's already a subject. They got SMP for a good reason to cover the any kind of proof of hair loss. But when I'm spotting it, like maybe it's me as a practitioner too, being in this for about a year now, but I have also had this for more than 4 years. So I know with mine, it looks natural. When I see a fake one, I immediately, it makes me feel kind of sad. And also at the same time, I don't want to go up to them and tell them, hey, I can fix your SMP. I don't want them to think that there's anything wrong with it, but it's clearly unnatural. And so I would say, again, watch some of my videos from before on how to choose your SMP artists and stuff like that. I'm not knocking on anyone. I just want to make sure that people that are getting SMP treatments are, going down the right route, picking the right artist, making sure that it looks good on you, okay? Don't get a job that's terrible just because you see on pictures and stuff and it looks nice, but you got to get healed results, which I will also add. My client number 9 is very open to crossing the country every time. If you want to come here at Elegant SMP and see our work in real time, in real person, right? So you can make that decision that you want to get SMP with us, because we're all about getting that healed results. You can get fresh results and it's going to look nice, right? But let's say if this artist didn't go deep enough, right? And they didn't use the right pigment, or maybe it's too dark. You got to get healed results. It's got to look natural. And I saw a few people in person and I just felt sorry. Like people that I didn't do their SMP, they got it done somewhere else. Whatever it is, they're going about their day, and I just feel sorry. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, it sucks that I can tell immediately that your SMP is 100% fake. And with me as a professional and working in an environment, corporate environment for many years, right, with SMP, where I held meetings all the time, collaborate and talk to a lot of, and interface with a lot of different people. And most of my clients have been nothing but professional people. Had professors, had doctors, have, directors, people in senior management, right? Coming to me because they're interfacing with people all the time, and this is their image. Like, it's really important to get your SMP done right. I mean, I guess that's a little bit of my rant. It's just I felt sorry. I went in public and I saw these people that had SMP that just looked so artificial. You know that is fake 100%. Even a regular person that don't know what SMP is, when they look at that, it looks painted on. Right? It's gotta look natural. And on top of that, use an anti-shine. Okay, use an anti-shine. Because then if you're like a Norwood 5 or something, right? This part is gonna be shiny, and this back is gonna be matte looking, right? When you shave people that shave their head, it doesn't look shiny. When you freshly shave it, the look that you're trying to go for is, it's as if you decided that morning to shave your head. That's the fresh look, like fresh, right? Right, Snorlax, right? Fresh, right? Anyways, we'll get into this real quick and I'll try to keep this short. Advantages of SMP over everything else. I made a longer video on this, but I just want to say, you know, in real time, like I'm thinking about it. I'm rocking this every day and I'm thinking, you know, how much I appreciate and love my SMP. Like I went down the route of minoxidil and using, did I use pill? I used pill as well. I didn't use what is it, finasteride, but I pop pills too to make sure that, you know, I can regrow my hair thicker and stuff like that. I mean, it worked for a long time. I mean, it worked for a period, like 3-4 years or whatnot, and then after that, it's just stopped working. And it's a hassle too. You're holding on to strands of hair that doesn't want to be there. It's spotty and everything. It's just not worth it. And I did that for many years, minoxidil. You have to do it like twice a day. There's foam and there's also the liquid, but it becomes a mess. It becomes a mess. Like once in a while when you go into an event, finally that day you won't use minoxidil just so you don't have that greasy, messy, oily look. But you know, if you miss a couple days, you're gonna start losing your hair. That's the thing. You stop using minoxidil, places where your hair fell out, and you regrew it with minoxidil, it's all gonna fall out if you don't consistently use it every day. Hair transplant, it leaves scars. It's not something I wanted to do, and plus, you know, I have a round head, and it works for me. It works for me. You got to be honest with you. If you are comfortable with your head, your bald head, great for you. However, dude, when you get a frame to your face, it is something else, right? It's you get your hairline back, you look a little bit younger, you get that natural finish, and nobody knows. It just looks like you freshly shave your head every day. Like if you're bald now and you look great and you're confident, great, good for you. However, when you get a frame to your face, when you get the right hairline and the right finish for you, it changes the game. It changes something in your psyche, okay? The reflection you get in the mirror, you feel better about yourself. But again, use your judgment. This is only my opinion and also the opinion of my clients as well that, you know, they shared with me. It just changes something. And we'll talk about it on like research and stuff later on down the line about, you know, your self-image, on how this doctor wrote a book. I believe it's called Psycho-Cybernetics. And he talks about that there are two different kind of, we see ourselves in two different ways. Exteriorly and also internally. We have a self-image that we see on the outside and also an inner self-image too. And you know, this doctor, he removed a crazy scar, and you know, he dealt with a lot of different patients, and he was I guess a plastic surgeon. But, you know, he removed people's imperfections like scars or whatever it is that bothers them. And you know, come to find out, these people that were normally introverted, they kind of held themselves in, were a lot more gregarious, right? A lot more social and stuff like that. So again, if you believe in the introvert and extrovert, you know, it's not a, you know, one main thing or not. You can be fluid. You can be introvert and an extrovert depending on environment, depending on how you feel yourself, depending on the company that you keep. And you know, these people just were much happier, and they had a different positive optimism to their outlook in life. So I'm basing that on what I feel with SMP, right? You might be bald. If you don't have a problem with it, cool, good for you. But there are other people where you're already balding, or you know, it's growing out in weird different direction, horseshoe and everything, and like in the forest where two trees are kind of touching each other and stuff like that. And when you're looking in the ground, like the roots touching each other. When you get SMP and you come from that, you're already making the decision to shave your head. However, when you add that hairline, it might be a little, it took me a few years because I was shaving my head with a blade pretty much every day, and it was squeaky Mr. Clean, right? No hairline, no nothing, because I shave it very close, and also I have very small hair follicles, right? And I did that for a few years, and it, you know, it worked for me. However, you know, when I got my hairline back, you know, at that time I didn't think I had much issues with confidence or insecurities with the way that I look. But you know, when I had that hairline back, it's just, you know, I felt more youthful. And when I catch myself in the mirror, it just felt really good. So hair transplant for me was a no from the get-go, because I know that you might have to be on medication, you have to be on finasteride, you have to wait for a long time. And if you're going to Turkey, or if you're going somewhere where, you know, the certification and the regulation is not up there, is not held in high standards, you might run into some problems. And also on top of that, it's not 100%, right? You'll see a lot of hair transplant people that have many failed transplants. Don't think that you go in there and get one transplant, you're all set, right? Sometimes they might have to go back a few times, and it leaves scar in the front, you know, and it can be very painful. And a lot of people that have gotten a hair transplant where it failed on them, and then they get SMP, they regret it. They wish they just would have went to SMP in the first place, because, you know, that entire journey of just disappointment, right? And this is something you're gonna have to decide for yourself and really entertain it. So the next thing is other routines like derma rolling, and also using certain shampoos and special remedies that you might have to put on your head. It's just, to me, that is just not worth it. I mean, if you have a good amount of hair, chunk of hair, and you want to do that, yeah, and continue to do that. You might have to do that 3-4 years until you realize, dude, this routine is exhausting. You have to do this every time, or have to do this regularly. It just was not feasible for what I wanted to achieve in life. You know, the main reason why I got SMP, so I can get rid of all that routine, so I can get rid of all the distractions as well. So SMP for me is great and has the biggest advantage over everything else. It's just the minimal maintenance and just the carefreeness of it all. Like, you know, you look great. You know, you got a frame to your face, your hairline. You can go out and rock it, and it looks natural because you got a natural looking SMP, and you know, chose the right artist. But it just felt like, you know, this whole weight of the world of just being so vain of worrying about your hairline or how your hair looks all the time, it's very exhausting. So SMP for me, hands down, huge advantage over everything else. It's instant, right? First session out, you'll have something in your head immediately. It's just, you don't have to wait. There's no more routine. You don't really have to do much maintenance. You just got to clip it down every so often. I've been using the Zero Guard. Yesterday, I had a head shaver that I leave in my car that client number 9 gave to me. And I use that, and it really removes the contrast completely, right? Because now it looks super natural when it's that tight. So anyways, this video has been a little bit too long. Thank you very much for watching until the end here. I just want to let people know out there, if you want to get SMP at Elegant SMP, reach out to us at elegantsmp.com. We're doing a 25% off for the entire month of October. I know some people are on the fence about this. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. Until next time, peace.